Hello YouTube and welcome back to Old Flats. This is WarZ. We're at part 4 now, and I've got an issue, right? And it happens in every game, and I know that. But this game, right, is in technically a testing phase, whether people have paid for it or not. Okay, and you know what the biggest down point of this whole game is? The community. The absolute arseholes that inhabit this game. I don't like saying that. I like people and I like to work within the community and I like to try and help things get better. But, oh man, I'll tell you what, there are some real knobheads on this, like genuine bellends. And if that doesn't improve, people are just going to get so upset with this game. Right, now I've got that out of the way. This is something that I haven't noticed before, and it is a note. So, let's read the note. Henry, things are looking up. 6 people arrived today from Clearview. Their leader is real handy with a wrench and fixed up my barricade. Something fierce. I think we may actually make it. Where are you? Now, whoops. Didn't mean to report abuse. Okay, so if notes are involved in here, that means presumably that players can write notes. So if you find paper and a pen, you'll be able to write notes and leave people little clues and stuff. That also is like a building block. Can I actually? I can't. I don't think I can take that. But I think what it's making an attempt at doing is like building the backstory as well. It's the first one I've read, and it's quite cool to read it, to be honest. So what we're going to plan on doing today is, well, as you can see, I've got a hammer, and now I've tried hitting zombies to death before, and it didn't work well. It didn't work well at all. So what we're going to do is not try and hit zombies to death. I want to try and find a gun, but I want to try and get you over to a safe point as well. Now, I'll explain those a little bit better once we get there. The only trouble is that what happens around safe points is people tend to like sit there with their better weapons. They'll sit by the safe point and shoot people just for the sake of it, and it's another example of like the complete morons that inhabit this game. But if we can get over there without any issues, then that's cool. I think one of the main problems at the moment is there's no voice chat, which means I can't just say to someone, look, friendly, or stop shooting, or what are you doing, or anything. I can't say anything to these guys because the proximity, you have to do it as a chat, and it's way too slow. I think those things are being fixed up for the patch, but. Well, I hope so, because it at the moment it's spoiling the game. I mean, you're going to get idiots in every game, but it just seems to be something like really like a chronic problem at the moment. Okay, so that's the first example of a petrol station. So I haven't seen that before. So that's quite exciting. So they're obviously built into the game already. So when vehicles do pop in, that's a fuel tank as well. What's that? Oh, it's a fire hydrant. I thought it was like a kid in like a baby grow. So what we're going to do is head over and I got into a supermarket, but then I got chased by zombies, and I actually managed to escape from a zombie. What goes up there? Nothing, I can see it to the map. Yeah, I actually managed to escape from a zombie, which I was pretty impressed about. You have to essentially get out of their sight line or run for a certain amount of time. I also noticed earlier that you can't swim yet. That would obviously be a better way of getting rid of the zombies, swimming across the river, but they haven't implemented it yet. So hopefully that'll be in the new build. But we're going to go and check up here. This is actually where I got killed. There was some zombies aggroing, and then a couple of guys with hammers just came up round the back. I had nothing, and they just started hammering me to death. And when I asked them why they did it, they said it was fun. Speaks volumes about their IQ. That one word, fun. That just explains to me that they were utter tits. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood, and we'll be over at safe zone. Right guys, so after what has turned out to be a bloody long walk because of this stupid stamina bar, we've made it to a save point. Well, I say we've made it. I haven't actually got in there yet, which means that I'm still pretty vulnerable. Okay, so as you can see, safe zone warning, not allowed to use weapons, allowed to access global inventory. Okay, so this is what they're planning on doing. Now, I think this is also going to be part of the in-game marketplace. Another point of controversy that is, well, it's pretty annoying, to be honest. I think they're planning on operating this marketplace so that you can buy little bits. I know that from the in-game options, I'll just show you quickly. Oh no, it's not in here. It's in the startup screen, that you can buy things like chem lights and food and backpacks and hats and other bits and pieces like that. Can I not get in here? That would be pretty rubbish, wouldn't it? So basically, what we're planning on doing is, well, I'm going to have to find a way in there first. Oh man, I'd be really unhappy if I couldn't get in here. So yeah, I mean the marketplace is going to be. They say it's not pay to win, but I mean you can buy sites for your guns and stuff. That's going to have a huge impact upon the PvP. Someone being able to buy a gun, a site, sorry, and someone not. But we'll see how it pans out. I'm not going to knock it until I've tried it. My main concern with these safe zones is the fact that they are going to be like honeypots to those people that have nothing better to do than try and wreck other people's days. Those guys, for example, like I was saying earlier, the guys that said they were just killing people randomly for fun. Yeah, you might think, right, that because it's a game, they're sort of putting on a show. I promise you now, right, in a real zombie apocalypse, it's those people that would be the most selfish bastards going. I have no doubt about that. Whether or not you say, oh, it's a game, there's no role play in this. There's no stipulation on role play. There's no attempt at role play. It is just how they are as people. So, quite frankly, these sort of areas are just going to attract loads of people, especially once the high value weapons come out. It's going to be a complete case of, if you come here, you will die. So there'll be no point to come to these places whatsoever, because as soon as you leave the boundaries of the PvP free zone, it's not going to work. But now that we're here, we might as well have a bit of a look about. And well, they're all raised. Everything's raised platform. Presumably, this is like one of those places where they thought we could defend themselves from the air. Maybe. I suppose that's one option. They've got their little drawbridges that you can go up and down, stop them coming in. I suppose that would work. It's pretty well fortified. It's at these sort of places that you expect to find guns, but because there's only 3 of them on this current portion of the map, so presumably there'll be about 8 of them total. I can't even go up that bit. Yes, I can. Presumably there'll be about 8 of them in total. You're going to end up with very, very easily lootable places. Now they claim that you could support 200 people on a server. If there were 200 people on this server, where even with the map like trebled in size, it would be, I don't know, 5 times too many people. 40 people is more than enough, I would say. 50 maybe for these maps, and you'd still get a fair amount of interaction, and you'd still have the whole solo adventurous sort of feel to the whole thing. It would be completely unnecessary, in my opinion, to go with 200 people. Now, when they were saying that they could take more than that, but they would consider sort of 150, 200 people to be the amount you'd want on the server. Hell no. Hell no. If they did that, it would be a huge fail. Combine that with the fact that the servers probably couldn't take that many players anyway. So these places are fairly simple at the moment. This is obviously alpha build, so they haven't activated as such. But I mean, I quite like their design. I just I can't see that it's going to be a good idea to have these sort of places, unless of course they're save points and you like rent a room. That'd be quite cool, I suppose. Have like a little motel type effect. But yeah, for the time being, they're not offering much. Let's head up here and see if there's any loot. I've never seen any loot in one of these things. I was actually going to try and record one of these for you earlier, but I got shot as I was walking up to it. I was trying to give like an explanation on how the safe zone worked, and there was some guy with a sniper rifle that just sat there and just shot me. Well, you saw it, didn't you, in the last video? I was about to make an explanation on safe zones, and yeah, Arseholes. Anyway, I think that's probably enough for this one video, so that shows you that. We've gone over the marketplace a little bit. I don't know a great deal about the marketplace, so I can't go further. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope it's been informal and informational. Sorry, not informal. Well, I suppose a little bit informal. But I've been Old Flads. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope we can get a few more. Oh, just as an FYI as well, I've moved the settings up to high for you, but at night it still doesn't look great. Everything's very, very smudged, very pixelated. That's not to do with the computer. That's just how it looks on high settings at night. I can't get around that really. I'll try, but I don't think I can. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye-bye.